Hey, what's up, and welcome to my corner of the internet. This anime may destroy my top 10 list. It's that good, but let's start with a good intro for this anime.
これからどんなことがあってもお前の味方になりたいんだ。俺本気で言ってんだぜ。俺本気だぜ。
Written by Sosuke Toka, that came out in print in 2017, is now brought to us magnificently. Fam, this show got me in one episode. Easily. Like, this first episode did everything it needed to get me hooked.
大丈夫よ。あなたは強い子。たくさんの嫌なことを乗り越えていける。そして世界一立派な王様にならなきゃね。
There's not a lot of animes that immediately capture my heart the way Ousama Rankings has. Set in a world where you used to escape to as a child. Maybe you've been there, but you've just explored one corner and you didn't know this was going on. Or maybe you've been the king that wasn't necessarily a part of this story, but this incredible anime has the ability to bring up such beautiful nostalgia with its simple storytelling and magnificent character development. You're gonna fall in love with the scenes, the scenery. You're gonna fall in love with so many different aspects of this anime, and a lot of it is built very simply. It's not one of the most technically gorgeous animes. It's very simple, but what it does magnificently, and it touches on one of the building blocks of storytelling and a lot of the shows we enjoy, and that's fairy tales. We've all seen and heard of so many fairy tales, and we've all enjoyed so many different stories that have built up our imaginations when we were young, and this show is tapping into something, and it's almost refining a genre that doesn't seem to get a lot of love nowadays. What this story does with so little is great. And what we fall in love with most of all is the character we get to experience the story through. This anime at first seems
私たちの命をつなぐために
generic, and as our deaf-mute protagonist, Boji, is a naive, good-natured prince that is looked down upon and treated miserably. This show will make you cry, or it'll hit you in your feelings, or it'll bring up some unresolved childhood trauma. This show is able to tap into so many interesting emotions with such simple gestures and beautiful scenes that I can't believe how much it didn't need to make me interested. This show got me in one episode, but it sold me within 3. And I was worried when it got to 12 episodes, and I thought it was heading towards one of those like horrible 12 episode endings, but no, it did what it needed to, and it gave me the hype that I deserved. It brought me a lot of the pieces that made this story great in a simple episode. This anime has the potential to be so fucking amazing, bro. Like, this anime is able to do so much, and it's a masterpiece. It is literally a masterpiece, and I know I'm calling this early because the ending could just destroy all of the work that was put in, but right now, so far, this is one of the best standouts, or one of the hidden gems that I don't really see anyone speaking about, or at least those that know, and I just need to let people know.
人を信じる勇気
But more about our main character. Boji is charismatic with an innocence and bravery that'll win you over immediately. This show will captivate you. Its moments, the way our characters speak to each other, some of the backstory, some of the cute moments, and a lot of the character development is very subtle, and we get so much done with our little bit of scene work, a little bit of the backstory, but it builds up the characters, it builds up the storylines, and it gives us a lot of intrigue into understanding motives, decisions, and so many different things. And this show will immediately suck you in and have you begging for more.
それそれ ほらついてくる
For this anime to shake up my top 10, it needs to be able to tell a great story, it needs to have great writing, it needs to have great characters, and I need to love every piece of the adventure that it tells me. And right now, as it stands, it's doing all of these things, and all that's kind of missing is a little bit more great fights. A couple more surprises, because I like that it's not a very easily understandable story. A lot of the surprises within the story are genuinely surprising. A lot of things that happen are surprising. A lot of the characters have their oddities, and I can't really guess who's going to do what and what's necessarily going to happen. And it plays around with a lot of easily told storylines. It has the ability to follow through on so many simple ideas that could have already been orchestrated, but it did not go for the easily told story. It didn't go for the easy revenge plot. It didn't go for the simple underdog story that kingdom is just under siege, and the prince that they didn't think they needed is now the savior of everything. They didn't go for a lot of the easily told stories. They went for a more nuanced, a more difficult, and a very, very confusing storyline, which has me trying to understand who's on what side and what's going on. There's so much nuance and shades of gray within the story that every single character has different motives, even though they may side together, but a lot of their intrigues and interests do not necessarily align. They just may work together, or they may be put together, and it definitely hinges on the emotional aspect of characters. Like, these people feel like humans. They feel very much so real.
ありがとうございます
I think what my wish list for this story is a lot of good fight scenes, and it's able to be done because in the first episode we see something that is beautifully animated. We see a lot of the magical ways that this story can be showcased. I want some really cool fight scenes. Once I get those, I think I'm ready to really put this where it needs to go, and it may just be talked about as it goes along because I'm really enjoying the ride. I really am, and I can't stop talking about it. I think I'm going to rant and rave about it in another video very soon, and rave and rant about some other things.
ヒリング様、私には何も聞こえませんが。ヒリング様!
Ousama Ranking is something you should watch. If you're not watching it, you are definitely missing out. You need to clear your schedule, add this to the list of anime that you can enjoy, and please, please enjoy the ride. And fall in love with Boji the same way I have. Fall in love with Kage the same way I have. And the moments between these two characters are chef's kiss. They are perfect. Like, this anime is doing everything correct. It's reinventing a genre. Like, when was the last time you saw a fantasy that really did it for you, that had nothing to do with isekai? This reminds me of Lord of the Rings. This reminds me of so many fantasy stories, and you're just sucked into the world, and it reminds you of why fantasy was such a popular genre, like Harry Potter and so many other different stories that are built on fantasy, different genres of fantasy. But this one, this is like a fairy tale that just got revamped and told in the modern age, and it's just giving me that beautiful nostalgia that makes me love this more and more. So yeah, that's it about me raving about Ousama Ranking. Have you watched this before? Have you seen it? Have you heard about it? What do you feel about it? Please like, comment, and subscribe. And welcome to the new year. I don't think I said that, but if I didn't, please welcome to the new year. I hope this new year is better for you. I hope everything is going great. And even if it isn't, it can continue to go towards the upward direction because, wow, we need it. I hope everyone is doing well and have a great day.